Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, to the greatest tank that there has ever been. The first impressions on the Leopard 2A5, the new German Wunderwaffe. Oh my god, I'm so hyped about this tank. It is the greatest tank ever. Oh my god, it is crazy good and so unique. It is so different from anything else that I've ever played at high tier. I truly and honestly swear to you. Oh my god. Okay, let's go on with the first impressions, and it is a boring tank. It is an expensive tank. It costs 390,000 RP to unlock, another million to buy, another million to get into the necessary expert qualification, and then probably I don't know how much gold to get the ace crew to get the reload down to 6.0 seconds. You have AP, FSDS, you have a stabby, everybody shoots your gun breach, you shoot the gun breaches of enemy tanks, and yeah, you're fast, your sight is weak, helicopters are still very annoying, there are still a lot of campers out there, dubious spalling of APFSDS at times. That's about it. That's the first impressions on the Leopard 2A5, and yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Please give this video a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder. Another successful video. I'm the greatest YouTuber that there is. Yeah. Wait, what? You're still here? Oh, oh, you didn't think that this was a particularly funny joke? Well, I'm sorry, but it wasn't a joke. That was, in a nutshell, everything that you need to know. Wait, you wanna know more? You wanna know all the little details about this tank and a proper first impressions like you're used to from my channel? Okay, I guess I have to earn the likes, right? Not so much honesty, bit more hyping, I guess. Yes, like the big boys. Okay, so let's briefly talk about this tank, and then we'll see in some gameplay what it's like. Okay, is that a deal? Okay, yeah, okay. So what I like about this tank is I absolutely love the arrow-shaped turret front. I love overall the appearance, you know, this very long turret. No, honestly, like it's not quite the same as on a mouse or a Tiger 2P or an M60A1, where I love the turret shape, the overall appearance, where the turret just fits to the hull and is by itself appearing as a threat. It might not always be very functional, but it is the appearance, you know, it's the visual, and I love it, as well as the camouflage. The next two things that I really like about this tank is, first of all, its blowout panel for the turret ammo rack works, like on an Abrams. So that is definitely a plus point. Additional to it, the stock grind is rather easy, and now you swap the experience with the Americans. So because the Americans with the M1A1 Abrams with the 120mm, which has 1 second faster reload, doesn't have a stock APFSDS, but you have. So the DM23, which is the upgraded shell from the Leopard 2A4, is now for you free as the stock shell. And it's optional if you want to research the DM12A1, which is an option as a tier 1 upgrade, okay? And then as a tier 4 upgrade, you then get the DM33. If you really need to go for it, yes, in some cases it makes a difference, but the usual meta at high tier is that you just primarily aim at the gun breech or the gun barrel of an enemy main battle tank. He's disabled, and then you can finish him off if you didn't one-shot him in the first place. So those are the two details that I like. The repair costs, well, 15.4 thousand silver lines compared to the Leopard 2A4's 12.4, so 3,000 more, but that's not really that significant, is it? Reload stays at 6.0 seconds for an fully trained ace crew, and yeah, let's hop into some gameplay and let's see what the tank truly can do. Let's begin with this first scene after I shot down the helicopter, which I showed you in the very beginning. This scene, I heard the enemy tank and I wanted to rush him, but yeah, he was fast on the trigger, took out my gun breech and also my gunner, and yeah, that's it. I'm already dead. I mean, I can try to push him against the wall, but I don't have the engine power versus the Abrams to really, you know, maybe shove him up the wall. So I now wedge him against the house and my hull and try to repair, and meanwhile wiggle the turret. The result actually is that he will kill me anyways. Yeah, and that was a shot trap. Another scene is the combination of the mobility and also the blowout panel. So here I just have the problem to get quickly over the ridgeline and to correct the course, and it took me so long that he sees me and I whiffed the shot. That was entirely my fault, and then my driver gets knocked out, but I would get here the reload. In fact, I knock him out, and at the same time my blowout panel, well, burns. So I can extinguish this, but I have no ammunition left in the hull for safety reasons, and there is now nothing that I can do. Eventually that costs me dearly, and I know there is no escape, so I bail out. Another funny scene is here versus an Object 120, and that should have been an ammo rack. The shell went clearly through the ammunition, but the spalling was really odd. Now he's aware of me. Then the external 3D aim went, yeah, was disturbed by a leaf. And now I'm tracked here. And yeah, again, I tried to go here for the ammunition. The shot just goes through and doesn't ignite the ammunition. And then, yeah, let's watch this shot. Let's watch this shot. He goes through my gun breech and the spalling hits a crew member. That was a 7.7 Russian premium tank, just saying. So now let's go through an entire battle, and here is the Leopard 2A5 on a desert map. Again, this camouflage is really cool, and let's just see how the speed when racing towards sea really develops itself. So when turning, it just takes a moment too long before the tank overall accelerates again. I don't know what's wrong with this tank in this department, but it just feels a little bit overall sluggish, swampy, unresponsive, I'd say. But as you can see in a straight line, the tank is definitely not slow, and it actually reaches, with a bit of distance, its top speed, which is great. I only can hope here to not get sniped by a tank that spawns here, but this is always my plan on this map, to go for the far cap, in this case C, and then just go towards B and hopefully make there a play. I'm a little bit impatient here, I have to admit it a little bit. I didn't expect to get away with this in the beginning, but all the sweeter was it when I then finally actually got into the capture point and secured it for my team. To put the pressure on the enemy team in this situation, especially at high tier, is beneficial as long as you survive the initial rush and the initial scene. A lot of people are already camping. There you can see it. Just look at that campfest that develops in the top right corner of the minimap. And that sniper duel between Leopard 2Ks, Leopard 2A5s and enemy tanks of various different nations. So now we go directly immediately towards B. I look around if I see an enemy tank on the ridgeline. Here I'm a little bit safe. I am also very lucky that there is no helicopter, despite the scene that we have seen in the beginning. Usually helicopters are, yeah, my doom. So there was no early helicopter. Now there is a helicopter. I don't know if he spawned in late, or if he is now, or if he has acquired now enough spawn points and has died to use a helicopter with ATGM. I cannot be bothered with asking this question. There is not much that I can do. I don't have an ATGM. I am not really that skilled at long range with AP FSTS versus helicopters. It's mostly more luck than judgment, and here I just simply, yeah, what I was expecting, there was a sniper. And now I am, using one of the smoke launchers and wait up until over half of the cap is done, as long as I can wait for it and then trigger the second batch of it. What I want to do right now is to just simply, capture the point and then get the smoke back. I'm very careful with this, and now you could see that the first already has disappeared. So just before the second one goes in, I launch the first salvo that I got again, and now I want to get both of them because I need enough time to get out of this situation again. And there we go. So this friendly Type 74G has helped me, and now I try to reverse back into cover. My initial plan was to then go straight south on the minimap, but helicopter happened, and this is now the long waiting time, and nothing that I can do, sadly. This is just destroying some of the plans that I always have. And I'm not really complaining about this. Obviously I don't like it, but yeah, again, the blowout panel saved me here. And I don't have a heavy machine gun. Another ATGM comes my way, and now it pays off that I smoked up previously and got the smoke back. He cannot properly aim the ATGM, but it still arrives and then hits just in front of me. So again, a lot of luck. I launch another volley of smoke, hopefully, just annoying him a bit more. And now I guess I have to go into the smoke. Yeah, he's attacking now with anti-tank missiles. Yeah, where is he? Yeah, there is nothing that I can do about it. I don't have a machine gun that elevates. I have nothing, and I only have just a few shots left. Mostly heat. And yeah, the gun elevation on this tank, I mean, the gun depression is 9 degrees and the gun elevation 20 degrees. That's not bad at all. That is, I guess, very close to the gold standard. But versus helicopters, there is just nothing that this tank can effectively do if the helicopter chooses to really finish you off. So yeah, he has finished now off the Type 74G that helped me smoking up previously. And I only can hope that he is now out of ammunition, out of rockets, ATGMs, bombs, flares, machine guns, cannons, you name it. I tried to snipe him, but he is already too far away for my machine gun to be effective. And I also give not enough lead with the heat shells here. So that means I have now to go back to the cap and rearm my entire tank. Let's see how this works out. A few minutes later, I'm back here in the cap, and I use the same old tricks with the smoking and getting the ammunition back. I was very lucky that the sniper has since moved, and this gave me now the opportunity to get some ammunition back. So all hail the blowout panels, I guess. No, that's really a nice thing to have. I'm not quite sure, but when I played the Leopard 2A5 a long time ago, probably when I did the video on it, the blowout panel seemed not to have worked, if I remember correctly. I'm too lazy to check, but now on this tank it definitely checks, and it was not a fluke. So here we have a mover, a Russian tank, and he sees me, and I rangefinded him. I hit him, and the era disappears, and I didn't hit ammunition, but now he is knocked out, and I now can finish him off with an ammo rack hit. The camping fest was very impressive. Enemy team is now capturing A. I have to be very careful to not get attacked from the rear or from some respawner from the right, and I still have to check out what's going on in or around A. The following scenes are not my best gameplay because I heavily overestimated here the distance, but there is now the enemy tank, and I set him on fire with a APFSD shot through all the houses. A second one gets somewhere. Okay, I have no idea where that shot went. And we take out the loader. Good stuff. Now I see an ATGM flying. I reverse and it misses me. I'm not really relying here on the armor. I want to trick him with my machine guns. Very old trick. He comes out and I miss. I'm not quite sure if I hit the rock. I'm not quite... yeah, I was pretty sure that I led correctly. Now I over-aimed, so the great mass velocity, I didn't take it into account. I was still somewhat into leading with heat. And there, yeah, the ping ate the shot. So I actually didn't fire. And he still tries it, and now we took his engine. And this is now no hull break. This has become a bit more apparent that now hull break isn't a thing anymore, apparently. I don't know. But whenever I shot an enemy tank, it yeah, wasn't the case. We now finish off the IPM1 and also got the BMP2. There is now a tank behind me. I smoke up and I want to flee, but I realize, well, the match is soon over. Maybe can I get another kill? And probably I cannot escape here. And that looks fast, and in some situations the tank is surprisingly fast, and in other situations it just slows down and forces you in neutral steering and whatnot. I push here aggressively through the smoke, but yeah, the armor absorbs it. And I knocked out his cannon breach, so a few seconds more and I would have had him. So no more kill for me. Those were 2 caps and 3 kills. Yeah, and that was all for 38,000 silver lines. That's it for me today. Finally, honestly, now that's it for me. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'm a little bit sorry about the intro, but I was really annoyed with that everything is at the end of the day the same for me personally, and it is not something that I can just slip through the system. So again, give this video a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other on the battlefields of War Thunder.